Good morning, builders, and welcome to day 10 of building an AI company from scratch. So I'm going to get a haircut and now back in my hometown, and the good thing is I don't pay for a haircut because it's my uncle. So yeah, free haircuts for life. Let's do it. Okay, haircut done. Nothing too drastic, just getting myself a bit cleaner on sides. Now back home and back to work. So 1 hour went by, added some tools to the library because I had to check a lot of the newsletters that I missed in the past few days. I did some short forms repurposed from the long form from yesterday, from day 9. And I'm about to post a few of them. And yeah, so light work just to get warmed. And then I think I'll dive deeper into something that requires a bit more brain power, like making a Discord, how to organize a Discord, how to create the best environment that activates the most interactions from the members. So we'll have to get some energy soon. Right now I'm gonna get lunch and then so gonna be work. So I guess you'll see a lot of time lapses this video. Let's go. So I was kind of hitting a wall. I wouldn't call it a hard problem. Probably it's not even a problem, but let me explain. I was thinking and brainstorming on ways I can make my content better because YouTube is getting the most traction. It's the more fulfilling in terms of the creative process behind it, structuring the whole day very naturally, making clips like this. Like, I cracked the code of how I like to do YouTube. And ironically enough, that looks like it's working. So I think for my current situation, with my current means and gear, this is the best content I can make. And I am making it. However, I'm not getting almost any traction on my other socials. I would exclude X from this. Now I'm talking purely about video content and video platforms. Instagram is growing, but just like an average of a follower a day. TikTok is only going down, which is absolutely normal. I made the decision of starting with my old account rather than a new one. So yeah, I don't think that's a big deal, but I really want my Instagram game to level up. So this got me thinking, do I put more time into making what I know will be a content that works? What would that be? It would be exactly the same typology of day X, so day 1, 2, 3, now it's day 10, that I'm doing on YouTube, but repurposed for Instagram. And now you would think, Dom, aren't you making that already? Technically, yes, but visually, not really. Because what you see is on my Instagram feed is this, right? You see so let me bring this closer. Yeah, you see day 7, polished video, day 9. Just look at this row here, not the other ones. Because now I want to structure all my feed like this. So the 2 columns will be just these yellow ones that go like right and left, and in the middle, the more polished content. I think it will look good. I think also because I started with a new account, it will be very, very slow. However, I know for a fact, because I've been studying outliers from similar creators, that in the span of 30 days, there's been multiple creators reaching 5-figure followers, even 6. So it's possible. And they don't have anything more or less interesting than me. They are just using the right structure. And as you understood probably from yesterday's video when I talked about how this is affecting Alex Hormozi as well negatively, and how he twisted his content strategy to make this a positive impact instead. It's all about these building in public type of videos, the genuine pure, transparent, documenting videos that I'm already doing on YouTube. But in order for me to do those on short platforms too, it either requires extra effort from my editor in literally like cropping the video, the long form videos, taking snippets, like it's a headache because I know that I tried it, right? But it's doable. That's doable. So no extra effort. Or second option is I do an intro with every video I'm currently doing on Instagram, every short form I'm doing. So just clips from the long form, but I just do an intro, which is, hey, this is me building, this is day 10 of building an AI company from scratch. And and then I explain what they're going to see next, which is, as I'm doing right now, just parts from the second half of each YouTube video, which is the daily recap when I'm on my Mac screen sharing. So I go ahead and explain what they will see. This is the thing that takes least effort. Then there's the third option, which is kind of a hybrid, and that is I simply structure the same type of video, but recorded with my iPhone. So I have a distinction that when I press play on my action camera, that clip is for YouTube, and I have a natural storytelling going ahead in my mind on what was the last clip I recorded and how it matches and how it links with the one that I'm recording right now. So that creates the storytelling in my head for the YouTube video. I can do the same with my phone, so I know everything I record with my phone for that day goes to the short form one. In this case, you would think, okay, so do you do everything twice? No, I won't. I would just put my phone over here and record both things. Or maybe not over here, but I have like a clamp, a phone stand that is also a clamp here. I can do it that way. So I don't know what the best option is, honestly, because I am 100% sure by growing everything, starting to build and all of that, it will be natural that one video blows up and the account does too. The question is when. So it's also sure, 100% sure that adding more efforts into Instagram specifically brings results faster. But how does this affect anything else? So I'll be pinning this problem in my head and probably on my whiteboard soon so that I can reflect on it as we go. And more importantly, so that you can help me with this. You are the reason why I do this, right? So I am biased on everything I do. If you think the content on Instagram is as good as what you're seeing here on YouTube, I'll just keep doing it. If you think it's actually a bit off, quality can be better, let me know how of any of the solution I proposed or any solution I didn't even think of that maybe you are thinking of, and I'll do that. That being said, no more focus on content like high level content. Let's go low level, meaning I have to script the next short form videos, and long form. I have a few ideas for long form too. So that's a bit more practical, and I don't usually dedicate more than an hour to non-practical problems, like just thinking type of problems like this one. It already took 8 minutes out of my day and your day too, if you're still watching. So now back to work. And after working on content, this is what I started working on. ChatGPT did a good job here. You might be asking, what is this? So let's move to the daily recap and you will understand. And here we are with the daily recap. If you don't know, this is the part of the video where I do 3 things. I do community feedback. So I get back to you, to your comments, DMs on Twitter or Instagram, but mainly interacting with you guys on YouTube. Then I do data tracking. So I check how much the financial and social situation for my personal brand changed
in the previous 24 hours. And then I do some strategy, meaning I brainstorm on what's next and problems or possible ideas. I do that before executing on them, and I do that live with you. So let's start with the community feedback. So we stopped here yesterday. This guy commented, not gonna work. I asked him for what he's referring to, maybe to the plan of using like AI to clone my brain, which means making a second brain. And yeah, it worked, or at least it's working. So maybe it's not scalable. That's what he meant. I don't know, but I have solution for the scalability of my second brain, as you know, as well. Moving from Fabric to a overpowered version of Obsidian. You already know that. Marcelo Buemeke said, you got yourself a like and a subscribe right at 7:40. Been trying to explain that to people, that it is not AI that will replace humans, but instead humans using AI replacing humans not using AI. What I see is that people who don't have a tech background tend to believe in the first scenario. And to them, we sound like flat earthers, like we're refusing to see some shocking truth because it would be a threat to us. That's absolutely true. I don't have anything else to add. I agree with everything. You did also a great metaphor to kind of explain it. It's the same thing, with the exception that AI is real and flat Earth isn't. But it's the same concept. It's actually the same concept. Now that you made me think about that. So whether you come from tech or not, you have to get used to this. Because it's the same thing people used to say. I wasn't around. I was I was a kid. But in the early 2000s, when people were kind of hating on the internet, now everyone is on the internet, even those people hating. They kept hating using the internet, but they proved themselves wrong because they're actually using it. It's going to be the same thing. Those people will use AI, like it's inevitable. I saw that it's mandatory to be taught in Chinese schools starting from September. I think they got to do at least 8 hours per year, specifically on teaching AI starting from 6 years old kids. That's why they're gonna win the AI game long term. They're already kind of winning it. But it's the same thing. Everything else, everywhere else, will be slower to adapt to AI. But it's happening. It's real. We are like 10 years earlier than the mass adoption of it. So it doesn't matter if you come from design, tech, from manual labor, anything can be AI enhanced. The sooner you realize it's not a possibility, but it's a reality, the sooner you can learn it, the sooner you can make money with it. And unfortunately, or like fortunately, because that's how the world works, you will be eventually replacing those people that will stay behind. So this is the part where we do data tracking, and there's a few changes today. I spent another $150. That's a weekly payment for the editor, so that brings the total to minus $319. That's what I spent so far in this journey. Followers change quite a lot. This is the best day. Yesterday was the best with 19 new total followers. Today we did even better. 11 followers on X, nothing on Instagram and TikTok, and 12 subscribers on YouTube for a total of 23. Now I attribute the growth on X simply to me replying to other people's posts. Being the reply guy works so good. I wanted to strictly test this in the most religious way possible. For like the first 2-3 days, I did that and I grew quite a bit. And nothing from like day 3 to day 9. And in fact, it reflected to the followers. I gained like maybe 1 or 2 per day. And now I reply to a very little amount of posts, some other comments, some activity, some likes, and gained followers. This is crazy good. So I got confirmation of the fact that nothing beats being a reply guy as a growth strategy for X specifically. When it comes to progress, I prepare new content that I'm going to record tomorrow. Many of you know, if you've been watching me, that I'll go to Rome Saturday and Sunday, so I want to have some content prepared at least for the weekend, which isn't a lot really. I'm just going to record a few pieces of content, not a whole week worth of content. But still, I got a few ideas that I developed that I think you will like. I applied to Google Agentspace. It's no spoilers, but you can look it up. Google Agentspace is basically this. It's the AI agent developed by Google, as easy as that. Enables agents to access your most used application, to find what you need. So it uses your data, connecting to your docs, to your emails, everything that belongs to Google. Just puts an agent in there, and that's it. So yeah, it's for enterprises. I don't have an enterprise, so I applied. I don't know if I'm gonna get accepted, but I think they're gonna expand this soon. Maybe the fact that I got Google One, which is me paying for 2 terabytes of Google Drive, gives you some perks. Probably that can increase my chances, but yeah, we'll see. And then I made the Discord. Yes, guys, I made the Discord for the most active subscribers. That brings me into the third part of this, which is the strategy. And let me show you. So it's still completely empty. I did just a basic structure. Probably by the time you join, you'll see a lot different. But at least we have a place where we can communicate and study and learn together. As I said already, I don't want anyone to join. It's not going to be super selective and secret and that's bullshit. I just want you guys to think before joining. I don't want it to be another server you are sitting on and just letting it rot. I want you to be active in it because it's simply a sign that you are taking your AI journey seriously. It's not because of me. I'm not going to make it about me. In fact, I called it Vibe Builders rather than Dom's Discord or whatever. So it's I want it to be a place for everyone. There's of course what I call Dom's Hub, which is mainly revolving around my personal brand. But this is an extension of what I'm doing so that it touches you guys as well. And you can do the same. You can get on the same journey. So I'm going to get the first people in. If you want access, I won't leave it in the description for basically everyone to join. But let me know in the comments and I'll send you the invite manually. So yeah, I want to do it that way. Then if I change my mind and I want to expand it to everyone and maybe structure it in a way that there's some progression inside of the Discord itself instead of gatekeeping it. I don't know. I wouldn't even call it gatekeeping. It's just, are you sure you want to join? If you are truly sure, comment and I'll give you access. As easy as that. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot more channels. For now, I basically created this kind of chat and building hub with resources. Of course, it's still empty, but as I learn new things, if I'm watching a video and from that video I learn stuff that I'm going to implement, it's going to be here. If there's a specific access to a tool or I get resources of any sort that I can share, they will be in here. This is the chat where we, guess what, chat, and a few updates about me, maybe some live updates that will kind of be synced with Twitter, because that's where I post things as I do them. So I'll probably have a bot just retake my tweets and it will be my updates being just reported over here. That's just an idea. Announcements, if I got something major, and this will be frequent. Today, when I was preparing the content, I got a few ideas of different iteration of the same fundamental content. For example, I'm working on a content that basically shows me trying two different AI notes, voice notes app for productivity. I'm trying them exactly with the same voice notes, same usage, just comparing them in the day-to-day life, which means there's going to be some clips that have to be recorded in different context of my life. So when I'm taking a shit and I got an idea, when I'm walking and I have an idea, or when I want to revise things after a meeting or before a meeting, any type of voice note, it will be in there. And then using the internal AI for both of them to retrieve information and help me with my decision making. So it will take a while for this piece of content to get posted. But what if I make that same concept, same video fundamentally, but use two people that they don't know they're competing. They're just trying those two tools on my behalf. In this case, they are free tools. But when we grow, I'll make this paid as well. So I'll pay for your subscription for two people's subscriptions. They try the tool. I kind of do polls with them, interviews with them to see their progress and document it. Of course, if they're willing to participate in this video experiment. And so all these type of things, both regarding content, like in this case, or when it comes to building, maybe I need a web designer like Josh. Probably you remember Josh. So if I need to build something that needs a skill set, I know Josh is there, and I can do kind of announcement asking for who wants to join this project I'm building. Done. You know. Then some rules start here. I will kind of like make this so that it's clear to navigate. And then there's the Meetings Hub. Meeting Hub is a voice chat. There's just one at the moment. We'll see if I want to make different type of events, maybe scheduled ones. But I think this will kind of be replaced with the virtual office. So there will be a link. Meeting Hub, maybe it's just a read-only chat that brings you to the virtual office, where we will do our meeting sessions, and that will be all day. You can have direct access to me by just walking with your character to my desk and talk with me. That's pretty much it when it comes to Discord. Now I want to get back to another analysis I did, which is I noticed after getting to 2 digits worth of days, so it's day 10, I noticed that in these first 10 days, so 1/3 of a month, I leaned towards content more than towards AI, which was normal. It's perfectly within my plans. If you watch day 9, you see that I explained my whiteboard over here, what my master plan is, and how it's perfectly been executed. But the key of what I'm doing here is perfectly balancing AI and content, entrepreneurship and AI, building and scaling, like growing, branding, right? So they're all complementary skill set that I need to activate and I need to check up on to make sure I'm on track. So I think me being slightly unbalanced towards content right now, it's normal. I had to, if you think about it. I had to get the content right. I had to reiterate on the content that is working. I had to coordinate with the editor, given that it's been his first 2 weeks. So training him and making sure we got the right results, and we're still tweaking a lot of things. I had to test different camera angles. So storytelling, everything that revolves around content, I had to make it right. Because you make it once and it's kind of evergreen for at least a month. Content evolves so fast, but not as fast as AI. Which is why I haven't stopped updating my library, studying a little bit, getting resources together, but nothing practical. So I will resume, unfortunately, from Monday, so next week, because again, tomorrow will be again about content. We'll record some piece of content and testing a few tools. So AI, but it's kind of like AI testing and general knowledge, always for content's sake, rather for than building sake, right? So from Monday, which would have been basically 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, the balance will start to change. And you can expect me actually building things, trying things out, starting even deeper, sharing more resources over here, uh, and all the technical stuff will be done by next week. That doesn't mean I'm gonna stay idle on the AI side. I'm gonna keep moving, I'm gonna keep learning, I'm gonna keep bookmarking things and actually coming back to them, staying informed, writing goal newsletters, networking with people, testing tools that might fall within the spectrum of the actual suite of tools that make me operational, that are useful to what I do. So it's always there. AI is always there, especially because for the content I use it a shit ton. I'm preparing another video about the first and only, as I'm aware of, AI native browser DIA that I got access to. You know it if you watched a 7.8. And it's a comprehensive overview on how I use it, how you can use it too. It will be a long form. So I'm very deep in DIA right now and optimizing my workflow with AI. So Fabric, DIA, ChatGPT, they're the main helpers right now. That being said, the last part of my recap is the journaling. The journaling is how I feel, some personal notes, so that you can follow my emotional state and swings and overall deeper thoughts sometimes. But that's the last thing I do in the day. So if you wanna get the recaps before you watch the video, so 24 hours before anyone else, you can find them on Twitter as well as the journaling part. Or for DMs, anything, my DMs are open. You have my X and Instagram linked in my YouTube, so you can check them out over there or in every video's description. And now, as I always say, see you guys tomorrow and let's keep building.